Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Thursday, July 10th, 2025. I, of course, am here with your daily mortgage rate update because this is the only place on the web where we get together and talk about what's going on each day with rates and pricing. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit more on the tariff stuff. Not a lot, but we'll just see what kind of effect it's having on our rates and stuff today. We're going to talk about the jobless claims that came out this morning. We'll quick recap what happened yesterday. And then we'll talk about where we are likely to see rates end the week, kind of where things go from there. So not a lot to cover today, but we'll definitely have some stuff to talk about. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Coming to you today from Greenville, South Carolina. And a little bit overcast out there. I'm looking out the window, but saw the Chris Stapleton concert last night. It was a great concert. This is the second time around for us seeing Chris Stapleton, my wife and I, and this concert was even better than the first. So it was definitely a lot of fun. So if you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, do me a favor in the comments, just put hashtag replay. Let me know that you were here. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, smash that like button. Maybe tag an LO friend. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Click that thumbs up. Remember, your comments help with my engagement. Also, I love to hear from you. So make sure that you're vocal, saying hello and all that good stuff. If you would like a reminder that I'm going live each day, you can get a reminder at hmmr.io/reminder. You can also use this cool QR code. If you're on your phone right now, I have my phone separate today. If you're on your phone right now, you can go ahead and take a screenshot, go to your photos. That QR code will work. Also, go check out Grab and Go Social. We have not upped the price yet, although I'm working on it. So if you're not in Grab and Go Social and you are looking for a way to get more business from your social media and start being more looking for some great content to post on social, get out there and check that out. Also, if you'd like a free daily email lock advice, sign up for that at ratelockadvice.com. Also, our text alerts. We send out text messages every day about the market. You can sign up for those at ratetextalerts.com. So, all right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's say hi to all of my live friends here this morning. If you're here this morning, say good morning. Mallory Fotiadis, good morning. Tom Deadmore and Angela Walters, great to hear you. Mike Brown. We got Brandy Brickler, Amy Blauser, Mike Love, Rob Smith, Jerry Avila. Great to have all of you here. Ron Siegel says today is National Pina Colada Day. The first thing that popped in my head when I read that was the Pina Colada song, and National Kitten Day. Yeah, my kittens, George and Sophia, are in a local business, one of the local pet shops, where they will most likely be adopted very soon. So I would have kept them. They were cute. But then again, I'd probably keep all of them. It's funny because as a manly man guy, people think you shouldn't like cats, but I think cats are awesome. Depending on their personality, some more awesome than others. But anyway, yeah, though. So I'm definitely a softie with the kittens and the cats. Good morning, Allison Foy, Yasmin Martin, Megan Bissell. Great to have you here, Will Patterson. Great to see all of you. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started, get to the good stuff. I know why you're really here, and it isn't to hear me ramble about all these things. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to go over it here, and then we'll go look at the screens too. So quick recap, bonds improved through the afternoon, but once again, there was very little reaction from lenders. We did not see much in the way of any kind of reprices. And actually, I'm going to try something here. Let's do this. I am going to it still takes me right there. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Okay, good. So, yeah, I can kind of see that here. So, anyway, bonds did improve through the afternoon. And forgive me, I'm going to sneeze, guys. Hold on. Excuse me. So, does Presentify work? Yeah, does that work when I do this? So you can see that. Let me see. No, it doesn't. Okay, I have to do a screen share for you to see Presentify. I'm just playing with this. Sorry, y'all. I'm having a little bit of fun with this. And then how do I turn this off? There we go. All right, so bonds did improve through the afternoon. I'll go ahead and show you the old-fashioned way, and then we'll come back to this. So entire screen. Here we go. Boom, boom. All right. So if we take a look, right around here is where most lenders set pricing. You can see that right now we're right kind of in that same realm. But yesterday you could see here we did come up and we had some nice gains. And it really, unfortunately, seeing it lose ground today kind of sucks because we did see, if we come over to the Japanese candlesticks and we take a look over here, you can see that we had seen that downward trend where things had gone down. Oh, that's terrible. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, so they had gone down, and then we saw the bounce, and now we're just kind of flat here. So unfortunately, we'd like to see this continue to go up. In order to see that happen, though, that is going to require inflation to go our way next week. We're not going to see that happen this week. So anyway, yesterday bonds did improve. Today rate sheet's going to be about the same. Good morning, Mike Morano, Alexandria, Tim. Great to have you here, Will. Monica Dinkins. So rate sheets are going to be about the same today. Yesterday's gains were washed out by this morning's early losses. What were the losses from? You could argue that it was because of the 50% tariffs that Trump is imposing on Brazil. I don't really think that that's it. That's kind of one of the headlines this morning. What makes these tariffs a little bit different even than any of the other tariffs is that he's doing it for their political reasons. The fact that they're going after their past president. I don't know too much about Brazil, I'm not going to lie. But because of that, and we're using our financial control to assert our political influence there. So markets were kind of like, but right now stocks are still rallying hard, and it doesn't really matter what happens. Bonds losing a little bit of ground, but not enough. So reprice on the day today is low, despite the weak start. And yes, like I said, I'll show it back up on the screen right now. Mortgage bonds currently down. What was it here? We're down about 16 basis points. You can see down 15, 16 basis points on the day, despite that bit of a weak start. Like I showed you, it kind of washes out yesterday's gains. We're basically in line with where we're at. The question is, for reprice risk, will we see this continue to move lower today? There's really nothing happening that should cause it to go lower. Jobless claims already happened. When it came to the jobless claims, they fell, which again, it was a holiday short week anyway. But more importantly about the jobless claims is the continuing claims. So jobless claims decreased to 227,000. They figured they'd come in at 235,000. However, it's right here. The continuing claims, right? The number of people that are still on unemployment, that is the highest since late 2021. These are the signs that we have weakness in the labor market, and yet they kind of get ignored. It just doesn't get the right outlook. Would you agree, Ron? I mean, you should. When we got that data at 8:30, and you realize that unemployment is weak, you would think that this would have gone up, but it didn't. We're basically flat right here. So it's similar to when we look at the jobless claims, and it's similar that when we talk about the jobless claims. And we or not the claims, but the number of jobs created, BLS jobs data. And we looked at, a lot of those jobs were government jobs, education jobs. They weren't real jobs. And we didn't have a lot of strength in that market at all. So right now it's kind of that's it. So the outlook is still not great. It's not nearly as bad as it was a couple of days ago. We have seen that rebound, which is a really good sign. So rate sheets have settled in. These are not bad rates. If you got something closing in the next 15 days or so, do you want to lock for protection, or do you want to gamble into the inflation data? That's the thing. Because if that inflation data does come in higher, it's going to spook the markets, right? But on the other side, if it does come in as expected, or possibly unlikely, but possibly lower, and if it doesn't reflect real tariff increases in goods, then that's going to increase that rallying cry that the Fed needs to go ahead and cut the Fed funds rate. Although, again, I'll show the screen, but expectations of a Fed rate cut in July are still totally off the table. Markets have written that one off. That ship has sailed. We did for a little bit have, some expectation that we might see it move. But, I mean, it's a little bit better than it was. It was at 95. It's at 93. But, I mean, still, not nearly enough. But when we look at the September number, that's really the key, is this September number, and where we are at here. So if next week's inflation data goes well, this column with about 30% will go down. That's expectations that the Fed will leave rates the same in September. This number will go up. Expectations of the first Fed rate cut to hit on the anniversary of the last set of Fed rate cuts on September. So if you remember, it was September of 2024 that we saw the first 50 basis point rate cut, and where things are at there. So also, as I wanted to point out, I hear a lot of people that still are putting all this credibility. Yes, if the Fed cuts rates, it is going to help mortgage rates, but not directly and not immediately. It's the expectation of what's happening when that happens. When we go back and look at where mortgage rates were last August and where they're at now, they're higher now than they were last August. And that's after the Fed has cut rates by a point. So, all these people, including you, Siegel, that say, oh, the Fed needs to cut, the Fed needs to cut. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help, So, all right, well, do y'all have any questions or anything you want to talk about? Let me know in the comments. Siegel, what was today was the kitten day and pina coladas. Who likes pina coladas? That's the question of the day. I'll throw it on the bottom of the pina colada or strawberry daiquiri. There you go. Pina colada or strawberry daiquiri. I can't spell daiquiri correctly, but I think I did, actually. I might have gotten lucky. So let me know in the comments, which camp are you in? If you were in the middle of Mexico and it's sweating hot and you want a nice drink, pina colada or strawberry daiquiri. They're both very sweet, but I'm leaning pina colada today. I like that coconutty, pineapple-y, right? Does a pina colada have any coconut in it? What size t-shirt do I wear, bro? Extra large. Extra large, my man. Thank you, sir. Jerry Avila. Allison went at the beach. Exactly. Mike can do some pina coladas. Yes, Jerry, I am looking forward to seeing you at summer camp as well, my friend. I will be leaving on Sunday to take the motorcycle. It'll take me about 3 days to get out there. So I'll be staying at the Tanglewood. As Hosier would say, I like my whiskey neat, so neither of these crazy drinks. Yeah, that's all right. If you got to have a sweet tooth for the pina colada and the strawberry daiquiri, Tom. I get it. So, Yasmin's a pina colada girl. Yeah, strawberry daiquiri, not really getting any love here, huh? So, Selena, pina colada with a rum floater. What? Oh, is that where you add extra rum to it and it's on the top? There you go. Always crown on the rocks. Well, hey, if that's your jam, so go with it. All right, my friends, I got to wrap up and hit the road. I'm going to stop at Costco on the way home, and then I got more work to do. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll end the week strong, but rates very likely to stay very much like where they're at now. Pricing could creep a hair worse tomorrow, but we'll see. It's anyone's call right now as we head into next week's inflation data. That's kind of the consensus here. So, all right, my friends, it was wonderful to have you here today. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.